2, 1.
Here we go!
All right, halftime of the big, and I mean big, NC State Clemson game. And by big, I mean the margin that Clemson has put up on NC State so far this first half. 45-7, the Tigers lead it. We'll get you hooked up for the second half if we're leaning anyway as far as a second half bet. Before we get into that, before we get into your questions, concerns, before we recap what's been an intriguing noon slate of games so far, to say the least, not necessarily for our best bets, but kudos to Knish. He's got one easily over me already as far as the head-to-head. Let me remind everybody that Hit the Books is brought to you by FanDuel, and you can start off the college football season with a win on FanDuel, because right now new customers can kick off the season with $200 in bonus bets. Just place any $5 bet and you'll get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. You can use your bets on spreads, live bets, totals, so much more. Obviously, FanDuel setting the market when it comes to not only the FBS, but the FCS, some derivative markets. What you need to do is just visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. You must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued at non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG or call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE New York or text HOPE New York in New York. What are we doing in the second half? So Clemson's opened up a 7-point second half favorite. I'm on NC State in the second half. Where are you at?
Yeah, I would lean that way as well. 44.5 there, which is actually a much better number than you're getting in the second half market there. So
No,
if you
that's 6.5.
No, I'm right.
That's 45-7. So they got it shaded.
Yeah.
Shop around. 7s are available almost across the board. I would, I'd make a bet on 7. So I think obviously Clemson don't play the backups. NC State gets the ball. I mean, stunning thing, 45-7. You think, the true freshman first road start's got 3 picks in the first half. Actually, he's playing pretty well. I mean, it's just the NC State defense that didn't show up today. Clemson's offense
did not show up in any realm today. And I got to tell you, from a guy that was very bullish on, bearish on Clemson, bullish on them not be a little concerned the way this offense looks the last few weeks. And again, against a couple of bad defenses, but I mean, the way the schedule is now shaping up for Clemson, there's not too many tough games left.
Heading towards Clemson-Miami ACC championship game.
Yep. I mean, there's just not many roadblocks left in the way. So, yeah, it is going to be an interesting road. And I'd say that under 9.5 now is in some trouble.
Wow. Yeah, that's we'll see. I mean, things change in today's day and age of college football. I don't know if you knew that. I mean, I don't know if you can trust on certain data points. Are we doing best bet plus 7? Because it looks like it's getting wiped out.
If we
it's up to you.
Got the 7, I agree.
All right, let's do plus 7 NC State second half. Best bet second half.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I think they'll fight back. obviously we just saw Clemson. 56-7 halftime against App State. Obviously took everything out for the second half. So I think something similar here. And obviously I think NC State's better than App State. The other shocker, you and I had a head-to-head. James Madison, North Carolina. I took North Carolina. You took James Madison. It was head-to-head tout wars too on this one. I think Raz and Tent were with me. So it's you against you're like that meme, the sword and everybody coming after you. And looks like old Knish is going to win that one. And then some. I mean, this is just typical Mac Brown at North Carolina.
I don't see. I get. We've talked about. I don't. Listen, I know they're off to a 3-0 start, a very fraudulent 3. They should have lost to Minnesota. They play Charlotte, who looks like absolute trash, and then a win over an FCS team. Minus 20.
Look at that total. 101.5.
101.5. Yeah, this is. I mean, James Madison just a pick 6 here, so it's actually 53-21.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah. So that is
this is the end of Mac Brown, right?
It's got to be. I mean, what are you? And again, I think they glossed over it with this start here, but I think they're going to start seeing some loss after loss after loss here coming down the stretch in the ACC. Bad team, third string quarterback. Not that they had a good quarterback to begin with, but yeah, it's trouble in Chapel Hill. And yeah, it's I can't believe 53 in the first half is hard to do.
Yeah, kudos, Bob Chesney. There you go. That's as big of a win as they've ever had as a program.
How do you always beat me to the Chesney line? God damn it! I always forget. I forget that every week.
Yeah, he's not going to be at JMU long if that continues.
No.
Keep in mind, narrative change. Minnesota missed a couple of field goals. If they don't, including the one on the final play of the game, it'd be even worse in Chapel Hill. It came down to one play on that game. Went their way. It'd be even worse. So, this is it. This is it for Mac Brown. Kudos to you. Congrats. You and I have a couple best bets that are not looking good. Houston done. Rice done. Rice done for the season for me. You will not have me. I'm not betting Rice the rest of the year.
Who they got next week?
Anti-Rice.
You know what? Oh God, the safety already. So it's 30-0 in this one. Yeah, they have absolutely no talent. Like they don't have any players. Like even with Warner doing this, they look better with what Temple had last year. And the defense is getting ran over. Houston, I saw your boy, the Blue Horseshoe, gave that out right like this morning, and then right before kick, some Cincinnati money came in, and what did he
give out?
He gave out Houston 3.5.
Oh wow!
And then right before kick, the Cincy money finally came in, and that had me concerned a bit. And I watched a little of that first few drives. That was another one. Was like, this one is trouble. So yeah, EJ Warner should have went. Maybe EJ Warner should have went to Costco or something to do something else. Because I tell you what, it's not working out for him at Rice too far.
Ryan Hart in the chat. Can't wait to bet Rice again next week. Well, you can. We won't be giving them out. This ain't Kent State last year. The losses are piling up. We can't afford anymore.
Hold on. Guess who they got next week?
Who?
Charlotte at home.
I'm not betting them.
I hope I'm not either, but no guarantees for me on that.
Nah. You give me the right price, I guess I will. But
we thought we had the right price this one in 7.5, but apparently not.
Now the market said we were dumb. Market says I'm dumb on a lot. I'm a tout service. How about that Louisville line? Give out Louisville and they get shoved right back in my face. That's unbelievable to me. I didn't think the Georgia Tech's 2 data points haven't aged well. The Florida State game and then Syracuse didn't age well either. I mean, I think people forget they were down 17 with 5 minutes left in that game, and Syracuse loses to Stanford. But wow, interesting times, interesting market. I can tell you that. Let's get to the chat because those are the real stars of the show. I'm just a bum talking. So let's read the comments. Drew in the chat. I bet West Virginia loses the backyard brawl twice. Unfortunate part is I have to depend on Kansas to do it. Yeah, I think West Virginia. I mean, it's on one of my TVs. They turned it over inside the 10, did they not? West Virginia.
Yeah.
So they're up 14-7. Probably should be a little bit more. I think Daniels threw another interception, didn't he? Did I see that?
Yeah, he's been.
Boy, this is the season's on the line for both squads in the second half. So I mean, the loser of the game, I mean, it's just, I mean, pretty much done.
Is Lance Leopold one of those, like, when you don't take the job when your name's hot, sometimes
Yeah, you
you
stay
win
in
a
a place like that too long.
Yeah,
Or
like a Matt Campbell.
or the real brains behind the operation is the offensive coordinator at Penn State right now.
Oh.
Because Kotelnicki was with him every stop of the way.
Yep.
So you worry about that. My
You do.
goodness. But
I would be if I'm Kansas right now, or Leopold's agent.
Yeah, they're at midfield. They're driving right now. So we'll see what happens. It's a big, big second half. I can't jam you up 53-21. That's unbelievable to me. That's one of the more shocking finals. I mean, half times, I should say. It'd be a shocking final, but let alone a halftime that we've ever seen. Wow. Charles saw in the chat. Okay, JMU. Yep, we talked about it. 101.5 is too high. I don't know. Is it? We're at 74 already. No, I no, I think that sounds about right. I mean, doing math, 27.5 in the second half.
Yeah. And the second half line is, 28, 29.5 some places. So
Yeah, well, it's down to 100.5 there, but I'm not looking to bet the under in the second half on that one. Are you?
no, not. I don't know if the chaos just stops. So not at the moment.
This is kind of a rule of thumb. When the big favorites up big at halftime, that's when the air gets pulled out of the game, and you want to bet more unders when the big favorite's up a huge amount. When the big favorite is down, usually the pace just continues for the second half. So I'd probably lean over there. Jameel, also James Madison, North Carolina, basically action, so much fun, especially if holding JMU and over tickets. Well, yeah, I mean that's them are cashed unless there's a freaking storm in the second half and the game doesn't go 60 minutes. But kudos to you again for that one. Drew in the chat, can we invalidate the NC State win by Tennessee? Given today's events, doesn't this point us to looking at Oklahoma plus 6.5 or better? I mean, I hear you playing that game, but I can look at Houston getting rolled right now by Cincinnati and be like, how the hell did Houston almost beat Oklahoma? So, yeah, I've been trying to connect data points. Again, I just got done saying, I tried to connect data points with Georgia Tech. Oh, Georgia Tech, might not look so good. And give out Louisville minus 10, and hell, now it's minus 8, hour and a half later. Unbelievable. I don't know if you can draw anything right now from that one. Did you end up doing anything with that game? Oklahoma, Tennessee.
So I had some Tennessee like game of the year stuff. Played a little bit of Oklahoma back when they were at. I think even was able to nip like a juice 7.5. But at under 7, I wouldn't. I would need the touchdown to consider an Oklahoma there.
Trevor, my square friends, and the whole X timeline are throwing around lock, can't lose, and free about Tennessee minus 7. Forget 7. You can lay 6.5 pretty much across the board. I think I'm going to have to step in here whether I trust Oklahoma or not. I mean, I do think it's one of those games that happens like every 3-4 weeks where it just looks so easy. But my goodness, Oklahoma to me is a bet that I have made. It's not a best bet. I don't know if you have similar thoughts. It's a bet, not a best bet. Because I could see it going really bad. Probably a good in-game one. You're going to know right away if Oklahoma's up to the challenge. Oklahoma left tackles out, Lance Hurd. So we'll see. Not that he means much to a point spread. Trevor also in the chat. Mizzou become playable if we get to 17. Well, Tent and some other people are on Vandy in that one. Where are you at there?
I caught some 17 earlier and played it. So
yeah, I agree. Late. I'd be in a late if you play it right now.
Yeah.
I'm up. Yeah. Zach, how about them Lehigh Mountain Hawks? Yeah, that's on one of my TVs, believe it or not. They're playing Princeton. They're double-digit dog, and they're 21-14 right now, coming up middle of the third quarter. I always try to keep one TV on FCS just so I can see a little bit every now and then. We'll get to some FCS here. We'll see a lot of lines just getting posted for that late afternoon games. We'll see if we got a couple bets for you guys. Watching Knish swim would be as entertaining as these noon games. Woof. That's from
Yeah,
Patrick.
this is not the greatest noon slate in the world.
No. Hey, it's still warm enough for you to be in the pool. Did you close it up yet, or does it go all year
still open,
round?
baby. Still open. Beautiful day in mid Michigan here, where apparently they're still laying whatever's happening. Oh, Central just scored here, so maybe I don't know. We'll see. I saw they were down 10-0 and was going to drive up to Mount Pleasant and said, "Who's?" I need to know who's on the take right now, but looks like they just got the lead back.
Yeah, a lot of under money in that one. See, anything with what you said yesterday, I got concerned with anything related to Central Michigan. Because there's just been so weird line movement in their games. Under money, I don't know how you're betting under money with Ball State right now. So we'll see. Another game I didn't talk about. The Buckeyes are, I don't know, giving up 14 points. So come on.
Yeah, that was one. It's honestly even. I saw Marshall took some real sharp money at
Blue
around.
Horseshoe was on Marshall.
Yeah, there was some 40. They've kind of played with them for the first, first half. There
been some big plays for Ohio State, right?
Yep.
Marshall's had a couple of drives.
Judkins 86-yarder, and so Marshall kind of long drives. We're able to kind of take it in there. So yeah, they're looking a good spot to cover on that one.
Patrick, any live bet second half? Well, we gave you one best bet, NC State +7. Let's look. What do we got second half?
Ohio State is at the half. In Madison, North Carolina at the half.
What are we doing in either one of that games? I mean, I honestly would lean over in the JMU game. Again, when the big favorite's down, usually that leads to higher scoring. I don't know if it's best bet material. I'd certainly lean there. I didn't watch the Buckeye game enough. I would think they clamp down defensively.
Yeah, I would kind of lean that way too.
What's that? Are you seeing that live? I close my Don Best screen because my stupid computer start running slow and I'll start like pixelating.
It looks like market is 27.5 on the total, 17.5 on the side for Ohio State. Marshall.
It's just you, or these second halves gotten sharper over the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, they have. They absolutely have. So,
holy hell. Yeah, I no bet there. NC State +7. That's our second half bet. There you go. Dalton, BC down to 4.5. Do you know who's behind the Michigan State last year? Michigan State's banged up.
Their 2 starting receivers are out. Their best player on defense is out, and the Michigan State money just keeps pouring. I saw one report from a respected book out there that it's all sharp money on Michigan State. I don't know who. I don't know any group but yeah, I don't understand. I don't
understand a lot of this stuff. I don't know if there's there must be new money, new groups into the market, because I wish I'm not going to tell you, oh, I know exactly. This is my job. I know exactly what's going on right now. I don't right now. So I played Michigan State at a much different number. I don't know who's running the bet when you could have had 6.5 all week. I mean, you could have had 7.5 on the open, but 6.5 all week, and now you're just jumping and cutting in front of each other in line to bet 5 and 4.5. When you got new information, it's negative on Michigan State. I don't get it. I don't either.
Yeah, that's one I don't understand. There was some
other at Circa right now.
Someone loves it. Yeah, Joey. I know. Joey, listen, Rice on the board, baby. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah,
I don't know why we didn't go for 2 there, so we can get within
points.
The number with 2 couple more scores.
Terrible. Kevin is asking me if I hit Virginia Tech 3. I didn't. I did not hit that. There's enough. The more I thought about it, I guess. I mean, Virginia Tech has not looked the part. So yeah, there's enough money against me that I waved the white flag there.
How bad is Mississippi State at this
Is it 35-14 right now?
No, 28-14. I think Florida was dry. No, Mississippi State was able to get the ball back, but
don't count them out. Don't count them out yet. They got a touchdown right before the half. We need NC State to score here. All right, we got a first down. There we go. Good start.
Take it.
First down. Eat that in the chat. We'll get a few more here, obviously. Thoughts on Western Kentucky money line against Toledo? I lean that way. That's been a wild one as far as the total. A lot of people on the over. Some quiet group out there on the under. But I lean Western Kentucky. I think Velkamp is better than Finley.
Let me tell you, I lean that way. I'm with you on that. I would love a 3, but I don't. Especially after seeing Mississippi
I was
State.
waiting. Western Kentucky would be a best bet at 3. I can tell you that. If it ever shows today, if you're watching the screen, if ever flashes, Western Kentucky is a best bet at +3 for me.
Yep, I agree with you. 100%.
Baylor from David and David Deal in the chat. Yeah, I lean that way. I bet that way.
I lean that way too. I don't have a great feel on like what Baylor's offense is going to be at the moment, but yeah, I'm not going to let 1 week of Colorado, smacking down the pores at Colorado State to, throw me off the bus there. So I still think they've got way too many flaws.
The concern I would have, I can start punching holes through Baylor. Played a backup quarterback, no opener. Remember Tarleton's quarterback was out?
Yeah.
Cam Rising went out at halftime when they're up.
Or they're losing that game by 50.
Yeah, and then Air Force is just it might be the worst offense in college football this year. So that would be that. Again, Baylor is a bet for me, not a best bet because of what I just said there. I need this data point to believe in either team or not believe in either team. Vanderbilt, nope. Well, we're on the other side. Ryan on that one. Mizzou, 17, especially if you can find it. Jameel, thoughts on JMU? The alt over 169. Funny. There you go, Jameel. Thank you for bringing some comedy. We do lean over in the second half. Jason in the chat, technically OSU, Marshall, better game than NC State Clemson. Moretta was right.
Oh my God! Jason got to block him, Zach, because I didn't even think of that. He was right. That game at least maybe has a little second half intrigue if Marshall scores coming out of the half. This one has nothing left other than
3rd and 2. Let's see if we can get a first down. They're going to go for it. Unbelievable. Bailey, Auburn -2.5, Louisville -9. I love Louisville. Have you heard who's behind the Georgia Tech money? I don't
know. I mean, I could see I'm surprised this went like past the 9. There was a few, a spattering of 9.5, and then I don't know who
keeps dropping. What has Georgia Tech done? Nothing. Florida State game is nothing. Syracuse performance was bad, considering what Stanford did. I don't get it. They're playing a 5th straight week. Louisville's off a bye. I know Louisville hasn't played anybody, but come on. You want me to best bet it? I'll best bet it at 8.5. I mean, if I saw 8.5 at the start of the week, I'd been like, Louisville, best bet.
Yep.
All right, Louisville, best bet for me. I'll own this one. So if they lose, blame me, not Knish. It's on me. Best bet, Louisville. Boom. I don't know. I used to respect all these market moves, but I looked at my record. I've had 6 games go against me on the tout service. 4-2. Usually I would scream out when stuff used to go against me. I'd be like, "Oh, lost, dead, done, ain't gonna win that one." So we'll see. Today's big for if the COV matters for old BP because the tout service does not have COV this week. I can tell you that it's been the worst week ever for that. Charles Saul, Central Michigan, just terrific. No, Central Michigan might be on the freaking take. What you said, you laughed. And I mean, I took your stuff to heart, man, what you said. Because it would explain some of it would explain the market movement.
They do look like they've turned it around here. Yeah, early. And it was an ugly 10-0 start. And then I think they just.
All right, they're turning around. Yeah, that Ball State defense is terrible. So I'm rooting for points on Central Michigan. I can tell you that. Team total over is a derivative I gave out. Knish watched the whole Houston Rice game and said we got to bet both of these guys this week. Yeah.
Yeah. That was that I need to stop with the Rice.
Yeah. We got to be maybe a little bit more conservative. I don't know. This show's running poor 2nd straight year. Not good. I just do we double down on LSU minus 21? Another one the market thinks I'm an idiot. I did see 21 on the open, and that was the biggest bet I made on the open. Just putting that perspective. So I think LSU crushes that team. I don't know. Derivative LSU team total over is another way to attack at it. In my opinion, I kind of like the over in the game too. I didn't get it. I mean, if everyone's betting UCLA, why is the total isn't going up? I mean, it's not like UCLA's defense going to hold LSU, right? I mean, the expectation would be UCLA is going to score on LSU's terrible defense, right? So why didn't the over go? I don't get it. You would think there's correlation there. Burt Brownies minus 140, too juicy for Iowa money line. This North Carolina game has me thinking about fading Minnesota hard. Good point.
Yeah, I don't.
But can you connect the dots? I have not been able to connect dots this year.
I don't. I mean, I thought Minnesota should have won that game. And to be honest with you, I think Minnesota's a little better. I just think Minnesota's better than Iowa player to player. So and you get in them as a small home dog. That's one.
Pull that up, Zach. You said 3. Are we betting it at 3? Nope, 2.5. Never mind.
No, 2. There's a
lot of threes right now.
Yeah, there's some 3s out there. We'll just leave it. So I did bet some 3 today.
There you go. A few more here, and then we'll let Knish get to his pool. Should the entire state of North Carolina just pack it up this year? Yeah, I'm trying to think who's been good. Charlotte's terrible. North Carolina, NC State.
Charlotte is terrible. Rice next week.
Is anybody worth it? Wake Forest is bad. Duke, I mean, is okay. Duke's been all right. Of course, the Duke team that we gave out the win total under.
that closed a half win good. That's or
half win. Good. I think we got in front of like 2 wins on that. Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna have to sweat that one. My goodness. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Story of the show. Alex, wow, FCS question. Eastern Illinois plus 14.5. Illinois State's banged up. I don't go into that a ton of depth on that, but if you say so, I'm gonna believe you and take Eastern Illinois. What did I make that game? I just literally bet power ratings. And then if I know an obvious one, like a quarterback's hurt or like Portland State, whooping cough, I would lean that way if that's what he thinks. Because I made it 12.5 without injuries. So there you go, Alex. Have access Duke plus 120 next week. That's good, right? They're playing North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I saw that
price-wise. Now, I don't know. North Carolina could be Jekyll and Hyde. It's going to be good price-wise.
Right.
You're going to have CLV.
Yeah, for sure. I saw that it was posted as like a look ahead for next week, but I didn't. If you got somebody, a PPH or something that's a little slow on the trigger to take those down, then.
So NC State, got stopped? I'm watching this, and now Clemson's already going to score. This is unbelievable, man. It's going to be the point where you just take our picks, and you hate to say it, fade them. We're trying to win you money. Just fade them. It's just unbelievable to me. Power rank the ACC: NC State, Florida State, North Carolina. Well, I don't want anything to do with any of them right now.
Oh my God, what a great question. I mean, a painful.
That's a good question. I can't even do it off the top of my head right now. I guess ask me after the Florida State game because they'd probably be 1. North Carolina, I guess North Carolina 2 with the quarterback out for NC State. I guess that's how I'd rank it. But my goodness,
yeah,
I've said that a lot today because it literally is. Bet the farm on Iowa tonight. Nope. We like Minnesota. New Mexico over again. Price says so. Wind says no. So there's going to be some wind in the Fresno game. That's why that's come down. Otherwise, I think it'd be you just keep betting overs in the New Mexico game. And by wind, I don't mean 12.7 miles per hour. And their database says whenever the wind is 12 miles per hour over and the temperature outside is 86.2 degrees, our subset says 55% over. No, I'm talking 20 plus mile an hour winds for that one. So that's one. I'd just stay away. It wouldn't be an under just because I think New Mexico's dead nut over team. It's just I'm not betting the over. It kept me off of that, and that's why the line comes down a little bit. North Texas, Wyoming, over 55. Tough betting overs in Wyoming games.
Yeah,
they're running tempo. North Texas is an over team. I hear you. I didn't
Yeah.
bet it though.
No, and I haven't either. I have not heard anybody involved on that total all week. So I don't have anything for you, Mark. I agree with you that Wyoming kind of a place where overs go to die. But I don't. Yeah, I didn't get. I have not heard a single person involved on that total.
Justin in the chat. We'll get to this and we'll start finishing up. Colston Loveland out, and I
Yep.
can lay a cheap 4 on USC. Man, I like USC in the game. Where are you at, Mr. Blue, Amazing Blue?
I'm not gonna lie. I found a little cheap USC money line this morning compared to market. Took it.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, there was some. I think it was like minus 165. There's still some around minus 170 out there. I mean, I don't have, unless the orgy just gets together in the end zone and takes them out. Then
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. But
people are asking for it. We got any Joey props?
The Loveland news killed that. We had some. If you've got some Donovan Edwards receiving yardage, we took a little. I think it's way up now on FanDuel though. They moved it to. There was some 10.5, 11.5. It moved to 16.5 there. I'll give you the franchise likes same game. Likes the Woody Marks receiving over in that one. So you can go on that one. It's actually even a little bit better number than I think we bet. So a back for USC receiving over. If you like Woody Marks there, that was a good one. If you have some stale Edwards, 10, 11, 12, that's okay. I wouldn't play 16.5. And they didn't really list many of the other I didn't see Michigan's. If you find a Marlon Klein, that's the name to know with Loveland out. If you can find Marlon Klein props anywhere, I doubt it, would play his because he's going to be the guy.
Yeah, he can play over. I agree. I like that kid. He's from Germany.
Yeah,
good kid. I mean, gonna be an all Big Ten tight end when it's all said and done. I don't mean third or fourth team. I mean first or second team.
I
agree
talented.
with that.
If you can, I doubt they're up anywhere, but if you can find them, Klein is good. Or if you find him anywhere, so DM him to Joey K.
Isaiah Ingalls, appreciate you being a new member there, Isaiah. Really appreciate you watching. John Wynn, Buffalo plus 13. Best bet. We gave it out yesterday. Yeah. Part of the money line. Round robin. Would not be shocked at an outright upset there. I agree with Knish on that one. That was probably my strongest agreement with him all week. Brendan, Eastern Washington. A lot of money on Nevada.
A lot of money on Nevada. 3-letter service gave out Nevada.
Yeah, I'm hearing very negative. It's very anti-Eastern Washington play. I'm hearing the coach and players not getting along. If you followed Eastern Washington, they lost outright as a 35-point favorite to Drake a couple weeks ago. Turned right around, lost as a more than a touchdown favorite last week to Southeast Louisiana. Could be a lame duck situation. Team totally quit on their coach. So kudos RAS on that one. Very smart pick. I couldn't get their numbers wise. I mean, it's ran quite a bit already. I think it opened 7.5 when you were like, what day did you? Was that Monday? You're like, hey, FCS is up.
Yeah, there was so crazy.
Yeah, and I think people are pounding that stuff. I didn't get what I wanted, but it is what it is. I gotta look at that. Speaking of FCS, let me look at a few things. You got anything else that we should give out?
No, but people are telling. I'm getting messages about Marlon Klein props at some other places. So if you got access to those, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the kid's talent, so I totally agree with those. You're playing those over. Oh, let me look at what I got here on the FCS board. That's down. I try to give a good one, like, wrong team favored or something that's way off on the side. Give me a second. I'll look. Let's see. There's a A lot of money on East Tennessee State. I disagree. I like Elon there. So Elon, if you can find a -4, that's, I think, pretty solid. There, fading a line move. Nope, that's moved. I would have liked Weber State, but that's climbed a little bit. I kind of lean the over in the Weber State game. Yeah, Elon's fine at 4.5. I wouldn't best bet it. I'm just giving out stuff because it'll win if I'm not giving it about bet. You guys want to win, right? No best bet. There you go. Now you know it's going to win. That's true. No, Presbyterian got hit, it looks like. Man, I don't announce this to anybody, man. I just, try to bet off the screen very quietly, not my account, through other people that are square as can be, and this stuff just gets buried. Unbelievable. Idaho, no, that total, everything got hit. Unbelievable. Yeah, Elon would be the only one. It's the one that's concerning me, but it hasn't moved. But we had the same situation last week with North Dakota. That a line moved against me. I'm like, forget it. The North Dakota's better. And that was just a layup. So, yeah, Elon, it looks like. Another one, maybe Weber over. I don't like betting Weber overs, but, Northwestern State's defense is so bad, Weber can get there themselves. So, over the total Weber State, Northwestern State would be the total for me.
Northwestern State's defense is like.
Yeah, Tulsa put up 60. Obviously, South Alabama put up 87. Yeah, over 56.5, I think is good. So there you go. Boom. So there you got a side, you got total in the FCS. You got a second half play that's not looking good right now. We hope the fourth quarter is better than the first 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so. Any closing thoughts, man? You got some props. Not official best bets, so they're going to win across the board on Klein, catches, yards, everything.
Yeah, I was going to say those will all be going through there. No, I don't think anything else here. Just trying to get through this noon slate with the head above water for the moment.
Well, you did have a head above me on James Madison, North Carolina.
What's our other? Yeah, Zach, what's the other?
Yeah, what are the head-to-heads? I got to look at what I got to be rooting for outside of. I'm rooting for the Fighting Irish, so I like that. Texas. I'm in trouble. I got Okie State. And you laid points with Utah, so it looks like one.
It'll depend on.
If I had to guess, I'm looking at 1-4, 2-3 against you. That's my prediction. I would put the over/under on my win total against you at 1.5 right now. There you go. Well, that'll do it. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We appreciate especially the man, the myth, legend himself, Joey Knish. We'll let him get back to his pool. Producer extraordinaire, Zach Phillips. Our sponsor of the show, FanDuel. We appreciate you guys. I am merely Brad Powers. You just watched the halftime of the NC State Clemson hit the books, part of the Hammer Betting Network. We'll see you on Monday.